Hello, you beautiful people. How you all doing? This is Deepika Chakravarti and welcome to yet another episode of Chai Pe Book Charcha, जहाँ मैं एक book review करती हूँ on a cup of tea. And the book that we are going to talk about today is Only Love Is Real. That is written by Dr. Brian Weiss. And shout out to Arushi for suggesting me this book. And oh my God, thank you raised to about 1,000 times that you suggested me this book because I mean, ये book इतनी ज़्यादा अच्छी थी ना. I got so glued up to this book ना कि मैंने even amidst all the chaos of my thesis and my exams, presentation and all the other things that we had to do during this week, I simply couldn't resist reading this book. And mostly क्या होता है ना, मैं book start करती हूँ and मैं पढ़ती हूँ and then मुझे ना कुछ और काम आ जाता है ना, तो book जो होता है वो back seat ले लेता है and उसके बाद ना मेरे को महीने हो जाते हैं, 2 महीने हो जाते हैं and मैं बहुत धीरे धीरे पढ़ती हूँ उसके बाद ना. That is what actually I don't like about my book reading thing, but yet it is what it is. I mean ठीक है, but this book is what I was so glued to and मुझे बिल्कुल भी ये book छोड़ने का मन नहीं कर रहा था, तो I had to read this book and मैंने I think 4 दिन में मैंने ये ख़त्म कर दी. आज ये बुक ख़त्म हुई है एंड ये 4 दिन भी इसीलिए लगे, और तो बुक बहुत छोटी है, बट कंसिडरिंग मी आई मीन आई एम हैप्पी दैट आई कुड end this book in 4 days. Yeah, me. So yes, I think we should start with the book review. But before that, if you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Deepika. I make lifestyle, beauty, travel, book review videos, and if you are interested in any of those, consider subscribing to my channel and click the bell button right next to it so that every time I upload a video, you get notified. So without any further ado, let's just dive into the video. Okay, so I have my chai ready over here, and I don't have the hard copy of this book. I am guilty of it. I actually read it online. This was an impulsive read. Actually मुझे जिस दिन ही suggest किया था कि ये book पढ़ सकते हो, I actually wanted to read it then and there, and मैं book नहीं खरीदने जा सकती थी यहाँ पे because I don't know much places here जहाँ पे books मिलती हैं, and also मुझे after duty hours I had other things to do as well, तो मैं market जाना मेरे लिए इतना possible नहीं हो पा रहा था, so I had to download this book, and I'm among those readers who is not very choosy about what kind of format that I want to read it. Should it be a soft copy or should it be a hard copy? I'm not that choosy about this thing, so it worked for me. But if you want to read this book and if you can wait, I mean, so you can get the book. As of now, मेरी research के हिसाब से the writer has written 5 books till date, so मैं सिर्फ एक ही book पढ़ी है. I think this is the 3rd book that the writer has written. I mean, I can't wait to read other 4 books. Talking about this book is absolutely point on book. I mean, a book that I think everyone would like to read. So Dr. Brian is basically a psychiatrist, so he write books basically जो उनके ही patients के experiences पे based है. He practices the science of hypnotism, which is very common in psychiatry. So basically when we have any disease or any anxiety or maybe any somatic symptom जिसके reasons हमें नहीं मिल पाते हैं, and like हमें चोट नहीं लगती है फिर भी हमें किसी particular जगह पे दर्द होता है, and also maybe we have some anxiety or we have some issues that we want to solve. So basically what happens that some doctor practice hypnotism जो कि can take the patient to their childhood and to some other phase of their life where they actually came across some trauma or came across some incidents which led to those pain or those somatic symptoms. So basically that helps in healing because subconsciously हमारे mind में सब कुछ चीज़ें रहती है. I mean हमें अभी शायद याद ना हो, हम अभी शायद बहुत दिनों तक किसी चीज़ के बारे में भूल जाए, बट हमारे माइंड में सबकॉन्शियसली सारी इंसिडेंट्स जो होते हैं इम्प्रिंटेड रहते हैं, एंड सम स्टिमुलस कैन हेल्प अस रिकॉलिंग दोज इंसिडेंट्स. दिस इज द जेस्ट ऑफ द बेसिस ऑफ द बुक्स दैट डॉक्टर ब्रायन हैज बीन राइटिंग. सो दिस बुक इज एक्चुअली अ वेरी वेल नोन बुक. एक्चुअली ये काफ़ी इट वॉज रिटन बैक इन 1990s के इसमें, आई थिंक 1992 और 6 में लिखा गया था. सो I am actually really late to read this, but that is fine. I mean, better late than never. So my preferences of book is non-fiction. I like everything that gives me a smoothie, breathy feel. So that's what I like. But when I got to know about this book, मुझे इसका यही just मिला था कि ये psychiatry पे based है and hypnotism पे based है, and you'll really like this book. I was instantly drawn to this book because being a doctor, when I used to do my psychiatry posting during my internship, concept, I like the idea of mind controlling our body. I mean, we don't really pay that much attention to psychiatry. Maybe if you are a non-medico, you might not think that much about psychiatry, but this is a really impressive science. The more that you know about your brain, the more that you know about how your brain can control your body, it is just mind blowing. So internship mein I had 15 days ka posting in psychiatry, but after my internship I did my JR junior residentship for 1 year in psychiatry. So that's when I actually got so much intrigued by the subject and the things that mind plays. I mean, your brain is a strong organ of your body. Obviously we know everything about that, not just physically. I mean, your brain can obviously lead to many physical symptoms, signs, symptoms and activity that your body can do, but also there are so many levels to it. Every time you think that this is the level where you know everything, no, that is not it. There's a sub level to it, and again there's more sub level to it. So it is a very interesting organ of the body, and the way it handles our body is just magnificent. So coming back to this book is actually a soul searching experience of patients that attend the therapies that the doctor is giving. So यहाँ पे हमें बहुत सारे patients के बारे में जानने को मिलेगा, but we have few main characters that जिनके लाइफ को इन डिटेल डॉक्टर ने स्टडी करके हमें बताया है, और उनके सेशन, और रादर वी कैन से कि उनके सेशंस को वेरी डिटेल्ड वे में हमें जो है पूरे बुक में बताया गया है. इट लुक्स लाइक देयर इज अ मूवी गोइंग ऑन एंड यू आर एक्चुअली वाचिंग अ मूवी. यू विल फील द टेंशन बिल्डिंग अप इनसाइड कि अब क्या होगा. सो दैट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. सो द स्टोरीज दैट द पेशेंट हैड was very interesting, but not just the story, actually with every experience, with every therapy session that the patients are getting, and they are learning something. I think after reading the therapy session of the patient, you will also learn something. मैं spiritually इतनी ज़्यादा जागृत नहीं हूँ मुझे लगता है, but when it comes to soul and the thought behind the soul searching of a person, I could never imagine that it could be so life changing, not just for the patient but for the reader as well. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि whenever we talk about any fear that we have in our life, or any thought that we have in our life, we always think, sometimes we don't even know the reason of why the fear is there. Maybe आप कभी उन स्टिमुलस से एक्सपोज नहीं भी हुए होंगे, but still you might have some fear, because जो कहते हैं ना, जो बच्चा होता है ना, when the person is really that small, an infant basically, उनको किसी चीज़ से डर नहीं लगता. As they grow up, they realize what the fear is, and आप जैसे से बड़े हो रहे होते हैं ना, and then you realize all of a sudden that you have fear of water. Maybe आप कभी स्विमिंग पूल में गए भी नहीं हो, like I do have that. So I feel that there is more to it. Like सिर्फ आप ये नहीं कह सकते हो कि आपका डर बेबुनियाद है. There might be some reason behind it as well. Another thing is, as a child we don't know the concept of death. We don't know the concept of grief. जैसे जैसे हम बड़े हुए हैं, मैं जैसे जैसे बड़ी हुई हूँ, मुझे धीरे धीरे realize हुआ कि obviously what it is to be separated, what it is to grieve some near one's death. Those are the things that as you grow up you learn about in your lifetime. If you come to think of it, there is a concept of reincarnation, and every person that dies come back to earth, because energy जो है, it can never be destroyed nor be created. It keeps on changing forms. So that is what happened. You might die, you would always come back to earth. Your body might be new, but your soul is really old, and it knows a lot. It knows a lot about the universe, and I think this book will give you a window to know, to see it yourself, to read it yourself and experience as well कि क्या क्या चीज़ें हो सकती है लाइफ में जो we are not even open to it. मतलब मैं खुद के बारे में कहना चाहती हूँ. As I was reading the book, I actually got answers to many of the questions that I have in my mind, many of the things that I am afraid of, not only the physical thing but also the emotional things. So now I can very satisfactorily answer the fact, even if I am not happy, or even if I am afraid of some feelings, some physical object, it might be because of some other event that might have happened in my life. Also, while reading this book, I was actually continuously discussing it with my friends. One of my friends, she actually told me about her experience of the time when she was actually hypnotized once, and the things that she felt after being hypnotized, and the thing that she saw, she told me about that experience, and this was before I actually properly started the book. I was just starting में ही थी. I read maybe 3 to 4 pages of the book, and I was actually discussing the concept that the book was dealing with. She told me few things, and when I was reading about the science of hypnotism in the book, every patient was saying the same kind of thing. They were telling the same kind of experience, not in terms of life lessons or not in terms of what happened in their past life, but how they enter into the trance phase. They were telling me about the same thing, and your soul knows what to find, what to know, and they will try to get an answer to it. So everything that happens in your life happens for a reason, happens because it was destined to happen. So the message that the book conveyed to me is that you are absolutely at the right place and time that you are supposed to be. Your life is destined. Your path of life is actually destined, and you should trust the process and you should go with the flow. Yes, obviously when hard times come, you have to just prepare yourself to face the hard times, and when good times come, you should learn how to embrace it as well. So live as you are living right now, because your soul is learning these things. So you try to live the life to the fullest. Also, when your life gets difficult now, your mind knows how to act at that point. So you'll have to concentrate hard enough to actually know where to go, because your soul, your mind knows it all. Trust me, the things will happen when as it is destined to happen. So why even grieve about the moment that is happening? Just live the life that you are being given. And that. So having said that, I'm not promoting the idea of ghosts, superpowers or anything of those sort, but I strongly believe that souls are energy, and they will be transferred from one form to another. They cannot be destroyed, they cannot be created. This will really help you to answer many of your questions. I think this book is 5 on 5 for me, and all of you should give it a try. If you don't like reading a book, I suggest you can listen to audiobook of this book. This also, it is also available on Spotify, and this is not sponsored obviously. And if you like to read, you can obviously read this book. This is a very small book of 130 to 140 pages. So I am very sure that you'll really enjoy it. Agar main amidst all other chaos, I was coming back to this book every now and then. Yes, this is actually that good a book, and you should all give it a try. This book get a thumbs up from me, and I actually can't wait to read other books of this author. So with that, I want to end this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends, family. Until the next video, stay healthy, keep smiling, and keep reading. Bye.